We have selected a squad with balance, extensive experience, and a touch of mystery. We have got X Factor where it counts, hungry newcomers pushing the season heads, and a group ready to fight to make the region proud. We have thought long and hard about what it takes to win in India and Sri Lanka, and we have come up with the best team to help us achieve that goal, and I firmly believe we will. Since those words were echoed by Blunder Factory, West Indies have played 4 T20 internationals. Probably I have said that wrong. We have played 3 T20 internationals and a glorified curry match called a warm-up T20. And of those 4 T20 matches that we have played, we have only won one, thanks to the aid of Duckworth Lewis and a shorter match of 10 overs. Hello everyone, welcome to the #1 cricket channel in the Caribbean. I thank you very much for being here, and I appreciate your company as we dive into West Indies' performance today against Afghanistan in that glorified curry match. As I look at the match this morning, I ask myself, where is the mystery? Where is the X factor? And alarm bells rang out in my head, because there's nothing about this West Indies team to give me inspiration. I know in recent times I have been telling you that it is better to be optimistic and wrong than to be pessimistic and right. But right now, it is very, very hard to be optimistic about West Indies' performances going into the T20 Cricket World Cup, which starts on Saturday. So Afghanistan batted first and made 182 for 6 of their 20 overs. West Indies replied with 159 for 7, Matthew Forde making 52 from 26 deliveries, hitting 4 fours and 4 sixes. Is Matthew Forde the X factor in the West Indies team? I think that there is a challenge and there is I'm looking for the right word, but Forde posed a challenge. Because when he bowled today, his 3 overs went for 40 runs. Yes, his 3 overs went for 40 runs. I'll run through the West Indies bowling card for you. And I'm very happy to see Akil Hussain opening the bowling. Once again, they dropped the catch off him in the very first over that he bowled at backward square leg. His 2 overs went for 18 runs. And that's okay. So he bowled 2 overs for 18 runs. But Jason Holder, 3 overs, went for 35 runs. So Jason Holder, 3 overs, none for 35. Shamar Joseph bowled fast. I'm telling you, Shamar Joseph looked really good today. He looks good. He looks sharp. And he looks like he is ready for this. So his 3 overs went for 21 runs. Jaden Seals, 2 overs, went for 19 runs. A little on the expensive side. Probably you want to get that down to about 16. Because you know that there are fine margins in this match, in T20 cricket. Gudakesh Motie was once again very economical. He was very good, was very impressive. That's the word I was looking for. So Gudakesh Motie was very impressive. His 4 overs went for 29 runs and he picked up a wicket. And I've certainly cemented his place back in the West Indies team. And he continues to bowl that Chinaman delivery, which we are very happy to see that he has added to his repertoire. So once again, another example for those persons who usually come here and talk about you can teach old dogs new tricks. You know, they put it in all sort of fancy way. You know, again, Gudakesh Moti is showing them that you can always learn as long as you want to. And so he's bowling that Chinaman, and it's good to see. And as I mentioned, Matthew Forde, 3 overs went for 40 runs. Ruston Chase was the other bowler that was used. His 3 overs went for 18 runs. So except for Jason Older and Matthew Forde, who was outranked expensive, Jaden Seas was a touch, was above par. Jaden Seas was above par. Akil Hussain was also above par. All the other West Indies bowlers, you would say, come in under par. When West Indies batted, this is where the misery starts. At 11, Shehope was the first to go. Once again, backing away, losing his shape, swinging to the onside and out, caught on the backward point boundary. The ball peel off the outside edge of the bat, high into the air, and goes down to the man on the cover boundary. Johnson Charles didn't last long. He made only 8. Brandon King made only 11. Ruston Chase was another one who played an awful shot. He was swinging to the onside again and get out caught at short third man. They're both short third man, but he was clearly swinging to the onside. Rovman Powell, who steadied the innings a little, made 32 before he tried to play a forcing shot off Nabi, bowling around the wicket, and he was out bowled for 32. He hit 1-4 and 1-6. Shafane Rutherford, he was out caught in the deep down by Cow Corner again, playing that same shot. Once, it's the most productive shot for Shafane Rutherford, but once he doesn't get hold of it, then he tends to get dismissed down at Cow Corner. He made on the 5. Quinton Sampson. You know, I want to say a word here about Quinton Sampson. I congratulate him for being in the West Indies World Cup team. It's the dream of every West Indian boy, most West Indian boys. You and I growing up, it was our dream to play for the West Indies. So no one should take that away from Quinton Sampson for getting the privilege for playing for the West Indies. No one. And he did not pick himself. But I'm telling you, just like Nerissa Crafton, when he was picked for the Women's World Cup, Quinton Sampson should not have been selected. He should not have been selected for the World Cup squad. I was not surprised when they banged in one shot of a length to him and he tried to pull. He was late on the shot. It went high in the air and he was out caught by the keeper running back. I definitely was not surprised. We saw that against Trinidad and Tobago that the Trinbago Knight Riders, that he could not bat the short ball. And we have also seen that once you bowl straight to him, you don't have to be short, you just have to be straight, somewhere between mid and half and mid and leg, and he cannot get the ball away. This again was a poor judgment by Blunder Factory to select Quinton Sampson in the West Indies World Cup squad. Many players are ahead of him. I would have even preferred to see Joel Andrew in the World Cup squad ahead of Quinton Sampson. Amir Jangu, I would have preferred to see Amir Jangu. Quinton Sampson just does not cut it. And you can clip that. I stand by that. There are too many deficiencies in his batting. He will not succeed at the World Cup. And you will say that I'm pessimistic, but I have to tell the truth. I have to analyze it how I see it. Should he go on and prove me wrong? I'd be happy. But it is very unlikely that he can prove me wrong. It is very unlikely that he will play even one match in the World Cup. There are other players ahead of Quinton Sampson, and he should not have been selected in the World Cup squad. And you can clip that because they are just going to bowl straight to him and bowl short to him. Jason Holder made 25 from 23 deliveries. He took a long time to get going. But Matthew Forde came to the crease when the match was, you could say the match was almost over, because when he walked to the crease, West Indies were 82 for 7 after 13.1 over, with Rovman Powell getting out of the first delivery of over number 14. So we're 82 for 7, still need 100 of, I think, 6 and 5, 41 ball. We need 100 of 41 balls. And so Matthew Forde gave it his best shot. After the first 6 deliveries, he was 20, 2 fours and 2 sixes. And he brought up yet again another half century in his career as a T20 cricketer. What do we do with Matthew Forde? His 3 overs went for 40 runs, but then he came and he cracked 52 from 28 deliveries. What do we really do with Matthew Forde? I don't think that Matthew Forde is going to be a success bowling. Matthew Forde, what I've said on many occasions, is that Matthew Forde depends on seam off the pitch and swing in the air. You generally do not get that in India. And that's why he gets the new ball to bowl on most occasions, and he looks to pitch up the ball and seam it away and swing it away from the batsman. Will he be able to do that in India? I don't think so. So what do we do with him? Do we play him because of his batting? Is that the X factor that Blunder Factory is talking about? So we're going to bat Matthew Forde at number 3. If we bat Matthew Forde at number 3, where do we bat Shimron Hetmeyer? Right? So all of those questions, Blunder Factory has to answer, because I really don't see Matthew Forde as a bowling threat in India. But his explosive batting is telling me that he should get a place in the team. And that is a decision that one has to make, whether you play him as a batsman or you still play him as a bowler and still give him that new ball to bowl. So as you see on the screen there, West Afghanistan made 182 for 6. So it's going to be very interesting coming up to the match on Saturday. I'll be doing the watch along live, but one wonder what 11 West Indies is going to play for that match, and maybe tomorrow or so I will give you my playing 11. And so that's it for me today. I just come here to just bring you up to date on the match, the glorified curry goat match that we played today. And so we hope then that we will do much better. But so far, I have not seen the mystery that Blunder Factory have been talking about. I have not seen the X factor. Again today, the fielding was poor. And he spoke about how the team was fielding very good since they arrived in Australia. Again today, the fielding was poor. So honestly, there's not much to write about. Thank you, my friend from Nepal. Good morning to you. Mr. Casanova, yes, we lost again to Afghanistan. It was a glorified curry goat match, but we lost again. Good morning, Athena. White is saying that White is saying that Blunder Factory is a dunce to cricket. Chavon White, I am hearing that more and more. You know, I would never call him a dunce to cricket. I would do that. But there's a lot of persons that are not happy with the decisions that Blunder Factory are making. They are not happy with the decisions that they are making. Arisa Ivan is saying Blunder Factory must be put in a... Oh, wow. They are really giving it to Blunder Factory here. I don't really want, you know, let's, Arisa Ivan, I understand, but, you know, we probably could tone it down, you know. I always say that since CAPL Samson is not ready, said Christopher Bristol. Welcome, Christopher Bristol, my good friend. How you doing, man? Big up, Christopher Bristol. Check out his YouTube channel, No Filter Boss. That's his YouTube channel. And so as the name suggests, No Filter Boss. So check it out, his YouTube channel. I've always said since CPL Sammy is not ready, is far Samson. So let me read that again. I always say since CPL Samson is not ready, he's far from being a proper cricketer. He's a slugger at the Tate Ball tarmac in Guyana. You said it well, Mr. Brown, about him. Also, he gets back a lot when he bat, you know. So there's Christopher Bristol from Guyana basically saying that Samson is just a slugger of Tate Ball in Guyana. Morning to you, Christopher Bristol. Sharon French is saying, Mr. Powell was a better person for that purpose than Mr. Sammy. Mr. Powell was a better person for that purpose more than Mr. Sammy, said Sharon French. I know the name Sharon French, but I don't know what's the parallel between Blunder Factory position and Powell position. I don't know if she gets one of the name wrong. So thank you all for tuning in. It was just a quick update on the Corrigoat match that was played today between West Indies and Afghanistan, which, as expected, Afghanistan won comfortable in the end. West Indies making 159 in reply to Afghanistan 182 for 6. So that's a difference of what, 23? So that's a difference of 23. Afghanistan winning by 23. The only bright spark in the batting was Matthew Forde, who made 52 from 26 deliveries, hitting 4 4s and 4 6s. To be honest, the bowling was good. As I said, except for Jason Holder and Matthew Forde, the other bowlers were good. Jaden Seals and Akil Hussain were a little above par, but that is understandable. They were not outrageous. So thank you all for tuning in. Have a wonderful day. And tomorrow, I'll pick my World Cup starting 11. Until then,